So there's a popular trend nowadays in our anime world where an anime goes unfinished because due to reasons such as the anime is strictly meant to promote the manga source material, or some mysterious happenings happen, and instead you're left with an unfinished 12 to 13 episode anime with a half-assed cliffhanger ending, and sometimes anime only endings, which leaves you with an unfinished taste and sometimes can ruin the anime for some people. Ladies and gentlemen, Deadman Wonderland. So Deadman Wonderland is a story about a young boy named Ganta Igarashi. A massive earthquake ravaged Japan's mainland and destroyed most of Tokyo, sinking 3/4 of the city into the ocean. 10 years later, the story shifts to Ganta Igarashi, our main character, a seemingly ordinary student attending Nagano Prefecture's middle school. As an escapee, the survivor of the great earthquake, Ganta has no memories of the tragedy and has lived a normal life. This all changes when a strange person covered in blood and crimson armor floats through his classroom windows. Grinning madly, the Red Man massacres Ganta's entire classroom, but instead of killing him, embeds a red crystal shard in Ganta's chest. Within days of the massacre, Ganta is subjected to a kangaroo court as a suspect and is sentenced to death at Deadman Wonderland, a massive theme park-like prison. So, after arriving at the prison, we shift to our main character, Ganta Igarashi. He's the main protagonist of the story and is a seemingly harmless, ordinary middle school boy until the wretched egg slaughters his entire classroom, yet spares him and infuses him with a shard of red crystal. Tamaki, posing as Ganta's appointed lawyer, rigs evidence at his mock trial to make it look like he murdered his classmates on a whim. Ganta is sentenced to death at a Deadman Wonderland, which is basically the Alcatraz of Japan, except more fucked up. Ganta is sentenced to death at Deadman Wonderland. Initially confused and frightened, Ganta resolves to endure the heinous prison so he can prove his innocence and avenge his friends by tracking down and confronting their murderer, the wretched Egg, whom Ganta refers to as the Red Man. During his stay, Ganta meets a mysterious girl named Shiro and is perplexed that she seems to know him, but eventually begins to stay to remember her as a childhood friend. Ganta learns that the crystal implanted in his chest by the wretched Egg has turned him into a dead man, empowered with the branch of sin, which is later christened the Ganta gun by Senji. This branch of sin enables Ganta to gather variable quantities of his blood in a palm of his hand and shoot them like bullets. While advantageous as a long-range attack, due to Ganta's small size, this strategy puts him at risk of experiencing symptoms of excessive blood loss. Ganta later joins up with the Scar Chain and participates in their experiencing symptoms of an attempt to break out of Deadman Wonderland and expose the prison's illegal actions, but chooses to remain behind to settle a score with the wretched Egg. Shortly after these events, learning that Shiro is the wretched Egg, Ganta's power begins to change, evident by a strange tattoo-like mark radiating out of his chest from the crystal in his chest. And this is where we'll stop, because this part was not in the anime. So basically, Shiro is a mysterious albino girl, and she was Hagari Rinichiro's artificial daughter that Ganta encountered during his first days as an inmate. Ganta mistook her for his dead fan Mimi due to Shiro resembling her. I enjoyed every single character in this anime. However, I found Ganta as a weak protagonist, and they represented him as a very strange shonen-type generic character. However, this anime is supposed to be a seinen. However, I did not get that seinen feel from it, except for the fact that they used a lot of cuss words, such as the F word, and even stronger language than that, and there was a lot of blood and violence in this anime. However, I did not get that seinen feel. I got this shonen feel after meeting Ganta Igarashi. So, this anime really felt unfinished. Like, it was really unfinished. Like, you get to see him, how he interacts with the other inmates in this prison, where you see him talking, and he seems like he doesn't fit in because the other inmates are total badasses, and this dude is just a dude who's Gotcha's just a dude who's framed, and he doesn't belong here. He feels unbelonged, but after meeting Shiro, he finds Shiro as someone who can protect him and a friend. But in this anime, we barely even got to the part where he finds out that Shiro is a wretched egg. I mean, what? Like, they literally stopped that. Like, it would have been necessary if there was a season 2. However, this anime had no season 2, and unlike most animes where if there is no season 2 or anything, they ended off with an anime only ending. However, this anime did not do that. This anime, simply put, just decided to leave you off with a cliffhanger ending like that. It basically covers the first 50 chapters or so in the manga, and just leaves it like that. It animates it and then leaves it. The animation was pretty good. It seemed this anime I got the Western style feel from it. And it was, I liked the animation, and I enjoyed the soundtrack. The opening was truly amazing, and I really liked the opening, and I would have loved to see what the second opening of the series could have been, but this anime, I got an unfinished feeling out of it due to the fact that it just left you with a cliffhanger and said, here you go, that's the end of the anime. And I don't agree with that. I wish they would have continued and progress through the manga. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there will be a season 2. I mean, they did leave it with a cliffhanger, and they didn't technically go anime only. They just left you with a cliffhanger and said that was the end of the series. Maybe a couple years from now, we could possibly get a season 2. However, I would not. I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't think that is a possibility unless some other studio decides to make a reboot. I don't think we're just gonna leave you unfinished. The soundtrack was good. The characters, overall I gave him a 7 out of 10. I wasn't really sold on the Ganta character. He seemed like a dick at times, but I really love Crow. Crow was badass, and I enjoyed that character a lot. And I would have loved to see more of Crow's development. Another character was the girl. What's her name? That girl. I don't know. Like, she was that one guy's little sister. Let's see. Anyways, she was yeah, whatever. But anyways, there were some other characters like the Undertakers who were basically the special law enforcement group of Tamaki, and Tamaki seemed like a total, your normal, everyday villain. But yeah, this anime, I would have loved to see it more explored. The animation was good. The animation style was pretty good. The art style was pretty good. The soundtrack was amazing. However, I still got an unfinished taste out of it. So overall, I'd say this anime, I'll give it a 7.09 out of 10. And I say you should probably go read the manga instead, because walk into this anime with low expectations, because if you decide to just go in and watch this anime, you are not very going to enjoy this anime. And the manga will leave you with a better ending and a more finished feel. But this anime was enjoyable, and I did enjoy it. However, I felt it was unfinished, and instead of being a seinen like it was supposed to be, I got that shonen feel. Mainly due to probably the action, but I guess I can live with that. But that's all I have for this anime review, Deadman Wonderland. Have you guys seen it, and what did you guys think of it? Comment down below and let me know. And if you enjoyed anything I had to say, drop me a like, and if you would want to leave a short review in the comment section, go ahead and do so. And if you could be so kind, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm Kevin Ambrose. I'll talk to you guys later.